Losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the blast. Sleepless nights and headache stack. Restlessness too.
Like I mentioned earlier, OPPO's lineup in this category still feels a bit limited, and that makes this generation come across as slightly lacking in excitement. The base model of the OPPO Watch X3 is priced at 2,599 yuan in China, which is roughly 281 pounds in the UK and about $379 in the US. It comes in a green finish, but honestly, when you compare it to the previous Charm model, the upgrades don't feel all that major. On top of that, the price has gone up by around 100 RMB compared to the earlier version, so it's definitely not what you'd call cheap. A quick shout out to my tech partner from China for sharing this video. A big thank you for making this possible. Hey everyone, it's Maiky from techmaiky. If you love staying updated with the latest gadgets, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our exciting tech content. Again, as I pointed out before, OPPO's product range here is still quite narrow, and that shows in this release. If you look closely at the specs, there are really just two noticeable changes: a refreshed design with new materials and some improvements in the internal software algorithms. Other than that, the hardware is pretty much the same as what we saw on the previous Charm. So technically, if the Charm were updated with the latest software and UI, the main difference between it and the X3 would likely come down to the design, assuming such an update is even possible. Now let's quickly check out what you get in the box. You've got the user manual and the charger. The charger is exactly the same as the one from the X2, still using contact-based charging. It's a separate unit and you can plug it directly into a phone charger. It continues to use an A to C cable for power. Moving on to the watch itself, one of the most noticeable upgrades is the orange bamboo-style strap. Right away, you can feel that this watch is lighter than the previous generation, thanks to the improved materials. This time, OPPO has gone with a full titanium body, whereas the earlier model only had a titanium bezel and lens, with a stainless steel body. The thickness has also been reduced, from nearly 12 millimeters before to about 10.99 millimeters now. The strap is made of silicone and features a dual bamboo joint design, which helps it sit more comfortably on the wrist. Let me show you how it looks. Design-wise, it's actually pretty decent. It might not feel as premium or refined as the X2, but it's clean, simple, and definitely not unattractive. What really stands out is how light it feels. For comparison, the X2 weighed around 76 grams, while the X3 comes in at about 68 grams. That nearly 10-gram drop is something you can genuinely notice. Taking a closer look at the design, the front still keeps that polygonal shape with 4 visible screws and a brushed metal finish. The crown is highlighted in orange and sticks out quite a bit, making it easy to use. On the back, the sensors are mostly unchanged, aside from a slight redesign in shape. You still get the same setup with an 8-channel heart rate sensor, a 10-channel blood oxygen sensor, and the charging contacts. The glass covering remains sapphire crystal, so overall the hardware still sits firmly in the premium Android watch category. Alright, this is the default wallpaper. Let's switch to a lighter one so we can get a better look at the bezel. It's fairly slim, and overall the bezel control looks quite well done. Alright, now let's dive into the watch's system. When you swipe down, you'll open up the control center, which comes with this nice liquid glass style effect. The animations across the system actually look really smooth and polished. Under the hood, it's still powered by Qualcomm's W5 chip along with Hengxuan's R800. One handles the main smart functions, while the other is designed for lighter tasks. Compared to the previous X2, the control center definitely looks more refined. If you swipe up, you'll access notifications, while swiping right brings up quick cards. Swiping left takes you to screen mirroring, which you can still customize. The information cards remain familiar and easy to use. Pressing the crown opens up the App Center, where you'll find features like calling, a 60-second health check, daily activity tracking, sports modes, status updates, and battery monitoring. It also supports ECG visualization. There's also an App Store and Watch Face store, along with essentials like weather, calendar, sleep tracking, and even sleep apnea monitoring. The software algorithms have been improved this time, and in terms of health features, sleep apnea tracking is a big addition. It's even certified as a Class 2 medical device, which wasn't available on the X2. Beyond that, you still get all the usual health tools like blood oxygen monitoring, next heart rate tracking, health research features, wrist temperature, menstrual cycle tracking, relaxation tools, and heart rate broadcast support. On top of that, there are everyday utilities like alarms, timers, stopwatch, world clock, altimeter, compass, short video remote control, music controls, wallet, touch protection, and voice recording. And finally, recordings can now sync directly to your phone, which is a nice upgrade. Other apps like Settings, Alipay, NetEase Cloud Music, Himalaya FM, and QQ Music are also included. Overall, the App Center feels very similar to what we saw on the X2. Even the settings menu doesn't change much and surprisingly doesn't fully adopt that liquid glass design. It supports eSIM, standalone Bluetooth headset connections, and even connection sharing, meaning you can pair it with two phones. You also get adjustable brightness with auto mode, vibration powered by a linear motor, and a wide range of gesture controls, all pretty much in line with previous models. For fitness and tracking, it includes dual frequency GPS. The X2 previously offered blood pressure risk assessment, and I actually found out I had a high blood pressure risk through that feature last year, later confirmed by a hospital check, and I'm currently on medication. With the X3, not only does it assess risk, but it also gives suggestions for improvement. That said, it still requires a 7-day monitoring period, just like before, which means wearing it almost every day. This can feel a bit inconvenient, especially when something like Huawei's Watch 5 only needs 1 day for similar tracking. Storage remains unchanged at 32 gigabytes, just like the previous generation. Now, taking a quick look at the watch faces, I've got to give credit to OPPO here. Their watch face selection has always been excellent, both in quantity and design. Honestly, in my opinion, they're better than most other brands out there. Checking the App Store quickly, you'll find apps like QQ, a few games, and even car-related apps from BYD and Li Auto, which is pretty cool. There's also a badminton app, and it finally supports the two-step navigation feature that a lot of users have been asking for. So overall, as a full-featured smartwatch, and honestly one of the best in the Android space, the software experience here is very solid. The color tuning, including ambient colors, also looks improved. That said, the black version feels a bit less exciting. While the watch is lighter than before, the overall size is still on the larger side. If there's one drawback for me, it's still slightly on the heavier side, even with the improvements. All right, that's it for now. If you've got any questions about this watch, drop them in the comments below. I'll be working on a more detailed review soon, so if you don't want to miss that, make sure you're subscribed and part of the channel. I'll catch you in the next video.